Welcome to Elementary Algebra, Chapter 1, Fundamental Operations. The book is by Harold Jacobs. I'm your presenter, Molly Crocker. This material is copyrighted. Chapter 1, Lesson 8, Parentheses. First, a little review, because we need to know this stuff. What do we call the answer when we divide, subtract, add, or multiply? Grab a scrap of paper, pause the video, and write down some answers. Here's what you should have written down. Divide, the answer when we divide is a quotient. When we subtract, it's a difference. When we add, it's a sum. When we multiply, it's a product. Now, the parts of an addition problem or subtraction problem are called what in algebra? And the parts of a multiplication problem are called what? In a division problem, the number we start with is what word, and the next number is what word? Here's what I'm hoping you put down. Now, what do we call the parts of an exponential expression? There's a base, and there's an exponent or power. What about expanding an exponential expression? An exponential expression can be expanded to repeated multiplication. 2 to the 5th is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Now to the lesson at hand. The source of this saying, the saying is, "Thou shalt go, thou shalt return, never by war shalt thou perish." The source of this saying is the oracle at Delphi, a priestess whose mysterious mutterings were thought to foresee the future. She sat or stood above a crack in the floor from which fumes from the earth arose. She would inhale deeply and fall into an hallucinogenic state and begin to mutter. It's not known if the fumes put her into such a state or some other substance was used or just good acting, but anyone who can claim to tell the future and get it right some of the time can make some money, and this priestess was making some serious money for the temple of Apollo. Worshippers believed her mutterings were the thoughts of Apollo himself. So, without punctuation, a saying such as this could have two interpretations. Either one coming true would reinforce the belief in the oracular powers of the priestess. Which punctuation sounds more hopeful? Thou shalt go, thou shalt return never, by war thou shalt perish. Or, thou shalt go, thou shalt return, never by war shalt thou perish. Punctuation matters. Yes, in math we have some punctuation marks that help us understand what should be done. We don't have any punctuation, any parentheses in this example, but the order of operations tells us that we should apply the exponent first, then the multiplication, then the subtraction, and last the addition. Work from the inner circles to the outer and do things from left to right. So the end result is 41. By the way, we call this process simplifying. We might say simplify this expression. However, the word simplify in mathematics is very much contextual, meaning it depends on what situation you're looking at. More on this later. Let's see what happens when we apply some parentheses. Parentheses are very much a part of mathematical grammar. The parentheses tells us that what is inside should be done first. So let's follow this one through. Now notice, I'm working vertically. Do not use run-on expressions, equals this in the same line, equals this in the same line. Work vertically. It is much easier to see what happened from one line to the next and to find incorrect errors. Pause here to follow this one out. Let's try another. Parentheses, and inside the parentheses we will have to decide the order of operations. Here's how this one worked out. Pause the video and study this. What will happen here? Again, if you need to, pause the video to study this. Fractions, everyone's favorite. Which should come first, the division or the addition and subtraction? Here's our problem. Are you tempted to simplify this fraction because you see the 8 on top and the 4 on the bottom? Or the 6 on top and the 3 in the bottom? Fraction bars imply parentheses. Sadly, I shall tell you you will have to resist temptation. The fraction bar not only means division, but it also implies parentheses. So you must group up the top and group up the bottom. Operations on top and bottom must be completed before the division can take place. I'll say it here and I'll say it many times. You can cancel factors, but you cannot cancel terms. Remember, factors are things that are multiplied. Terms are pieces that are added and subtracted. The takeaway here is that fractions have hidden parentheses. Parentheses can impose a change on the order of operations. Do what's inside the parentheses first. Here's a short quiz. Pause the video here and see how you do. I'll read answers shortly. Okay, here's the answers. Are you listening? Number 1 is 28. Number 2 is 44. Number 3 is 4. Number 4 is 96. Number 5 is 27. 6 is 0. 7 is 32. 8 is 103. 9 is 62. 10 is 128. If you're having trouble with these, pause the video and try again, and consult with your instructor or your very good guide. Okay, let's review a little bit. List the order of operations. The order of operations is parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division left to right, addition and subtraction left to right. Go read your textbook. Study the examples in the lesson before you jump into the homework. There's some stuff to learn there. That's all for now.